What's up, everybody? Well, what's up to whomever that is? Peace to y'all. Peace to you. Peace to you. Salute. Think. Gab Talk Media. Shalom to you. Brother Larry Searight. Blessings to you, man. Good to see y'all in here. How y'all day going, man? Yeah, go ahead. Shoot your question, fam. That's why I'm here. I ain't really here with no subject matter. I'm just here to chat with y'all. I got good little, about like 30 minutes or so, so I just wanted to talk about some stuff. Overstand Daily. Peace to you, sis. Larry said he just getting off work. It's a good time to be getting off work right about this time. But yeah, man, shoot your question, fam. Go ahead. Who is that? Gab Talk Media. Go ahead, ask your question, bro. You good. Shoot it. Is a Hebrew Israelite, excuse me, let me say, is it Hebrew Israelite or Israelite? Do you mean the proper way to say it and to confess it? And, is that what you're saying? Because I understand, I think I understand why you're asking that, because it's a lot of brothers that, okay. I would say the proper term, and contextualize what I'm saying, although we today, by even the UN standards, and our own plight here in America, and being disjoined from our continent and our rich eclectic culture, the UN allows us today to do just what we do. Declare what you are because of what you've been through. So a lot of these brothers are calling themselves Hebrew Israelite because of a choice that has to do with sovereignty and freedom. That they have that right to call themselves that, and that be what they are. Now, I accept the term Hebrew Israelite because I know what it denotes. It denotes the covenant of Abraham, and it denotes the promise in the life of the man Israel, being that his children became the inhabitants of the nation state Israel. The man Jacob, that name was changed into Israel, and then he had sons. So in that sense, I understand why those people would call themselves Hebrew Israelites. You know what I mean? And even people call me that. I even hashtag a lot of times in my videos and on Instagram. And y'all follow me on Instagram, Edwards Michael 3447. I put an ad up for the church to order your shirts today. But I often put on Instagram, H.I. And a lot of people be thinking I'm saying hi, hello, you know what I mean? But I'm not saying hi, I'm saying Hebrew Israelite, right? Why do I accept the term? Simply because I know what it denotes. Again, Abraham was the first named Hebrew in the scripture, and he was deemed righteous and a Hebrew because of his faith and his migration and his just undying belief in what he was communicating with, and in the sense that his seed, the promise. But watch this. I don't call myself a Hebrew Israelite. I accept the term from other people that may want to identify me as that. And sometimes I identify with it in the sense that I say H.I. Hi. But here's what I am. And here's what thousands of brothers just like me are. RBG Hebrew. Now, I know you understand all the stuff I just said. But here's what a lot of people don't understand about when I'm talking about this RBG Hebrew. All of us Post transatlantic slave trade, fam. All of us, post transatlantic slave trade, cannot claim to be Israelites literally. Because what does an Israelite denote? It's a man or a woman that lives in Israel. None of us live in Israel. Why would we? I don't know why Tazariak and all these other nuts keep going over there and tongue kissing with the Ashkenazi and the Sephardi and all of that. And so I don't really banner myself as an Israelite. I accept it. I understand it. I say greetings in that name and, stoke brothers and stuff with the hashtag HI. But what I am, a Hebrew. I'm what Abraham was, a man of faith. You feel me? Abraham was a man of faith, deemed righteous because of his faith. That's what I believe. That's what I am. You dig? I walk in faith. Abazi, what's happening, brother, man? Blessed to you, family. And so my connection with Abraham and the covenant is not through me confessing that I'm a blood lineage Israelite. That would be foolish, because after such a great amalgamation pre-transatlantic slave trade, none of us can actually say that we are blood-born Israelite descendants. That's foolish to say that. But it is not foolish to come and say, I identify with that which God deemed Abraham righteous through faith. And the Most High and the redactors of the Bible call Abraham the first Hebrew. And that's why I followed that particular rubric. Instead of making the banner Israelite, RBG Israelite, it's RBG Hebrew, because this whole thing for me is about faith and spirit. Ooh, wow. I think it says the blood is diluted. And that is a real truth. Because when you read the New Testament and you deal with even those that were lost or scattered, even diluted, like Timothy and Timotheus or Titus, those men that Paul ordained and taught, Paul tells us in those late writings, he says, give no heed to endless genealogies, which gender more strife and madness and foolishness. And it's just impossible, even with the advent of DNA. You know what I mean? DNA, your tests are not what they're put out to be. Like when you go get a DNA test, family, we have so many progenitors that the largest part of what you are is so minute that it is inconsequential to what you are. But they tell you what the smallest, most connected part of you is, because that's the only identifiable blood part. And so when people go get a DNA test, they come tell you, I'm from, I'm from the Pacific Islands. That means nothing. Because how many descendants, sit down and do this as an exercise one day, family. Draw a line like an arrowhead and put me. And then put mom, dad, and then mom, dad on the other side. And continue up growing your family tree until it becomes as big as the galaxy. Because after we've been so far removed from the beginning, migrations of humans, those different humanoid types, when I tell you, you have billions of branches on your tree. And all of those branches testify to one of the same facts that the DNA test testifies to, that there is one part of you that is identifiable. But it don't mean that's what you are. You know what I mean? So I don't get into all the brainwash stuff that these guys get into. telling myself or anybody that I am blood related to David. I mean, come on, family. And so would the Kemet people be foolish to think, oh, I'm connected to King Tut or Tutankhamun or Tutankhamun, however you want to say it. It's foolish for us to say that because our DNA is so removed, and that word you said, diluted. And so I'm gonna go full circle on the answer. This is why the UN allows people that have been snatched, like we have, and been displaced, to not only go back, but they allow you to address yourself and label yourself as what you see and identify with. And so that's what I say. I am an RBG Hebrew. Everybody know what the RBG is all about. You know, Pan-Africanism, Black nationalism, the UNIA, the Hebrew Israelites, right? The early ones, the Ethiopian, Royal Ethiopian Order Israelites of Josiah Ford and Wentworth Matthew and many other, you know what I mean? And just like our blood today and our genetics is very diluted, so is the Israelite culture, fam. Very diluted. You got a whole section of people that's about 10 to 15,000 deep around the country that are saying those guys from One West lost their goddamn mind because they wear true Holocaust shirts with a slave ship on it. But they're telling all of the people that come off the slave ships that they're Israelites, but all of those people came from the west coast of Africa. 98% of them. West, Central, and East Africa. And those brothers stand up on the corner and they cuss at people and they lie to people and tell people, no, you are related to Shaul. You're related to Solomon. I'm about to speak in Eritrean and all kind of shit on y'all tongues in here. It's crazy when sometimes you bilingual and shit run together on you. But family, I even tell the brothers all the time about that crazy 12 tribes chart, man. Not only was its maker an abomination and a nigga that lost his mind, fam, calling himself the Holy Ghost back in 69, Yahweh. He created that 12 tribe chart, him and the people he was connected to. And man, when I tell you, goddamn, that chart is so ridiculously foolish and pseudo, it's crazy. It's crazy. And that's why I get on Tazariak them a lot, because they're out here wasting fucking time. The whole world, we've woken up to the fact that there are people in America that rock with the covenant of Abraham that have melanin and hue melanin. The world is awake to that. They hate us. Trust that. We get attacked from the white man and from the Jewish dudes. You know what I mean? But truth be told, family, the further you go back in our eclectic rich past, the more you will find more amalgamation with ourselves, even pre-slave trade. Y'all study what Central and West Africa was before the boats. You know? And so, yeah, I mean, I don't want to jump off into something else, but that's, you know, brother, that was my spill on Hebrew Israelite and then what I am, you know, what I confess to be. Man, here come the whole loud family. They finna come in. Gab Talk said that was thorough. I appreciate it, brother. I'm glad I was able to explain that. Overstand Daily says black power. Black power. Abazu said, if you don't wear the Hell's Angel spikes of US of ISUPK, you're not in the truth. You see? And let me say something about that. Yo, watch this. That whole group since 1969, family, has been on an island to themselves. If they tell you if it's not ISUPK, it's not of the Lord, how foolish can that be? That's like one of the dumbest things you could ever say. I'm gonna tell you why, right quick, because I know they're going to start screaming and stuff in here. But I'm gonna tell you that's why one of the dumbest statements you could ever make. If it's not of ISUPK, it's not of the Lord. Well, was Christ in the ISUPK? Family. Were the apostles ISUPK? You see how stupid it is? Some of these niggas get fucked up in their pride and they'll run with an idea that's so sinful and blasphemous. If it's not of the ISUPK, it's not of the Lord. But in ISUPK, they teach call your woman a bitch until she thinks it's her name. They teach that. General Yohana teaches if your wife love it in the dookie shoot and you like eating booty and all that, then God love it. That's what this nigga teaching. Ask these motherfuckers, what's the difference between homosexual anal sex and heterosexual anal sex? Do it smell better? What's the difference? You know what I mean? These cats teaching that General, and it's on their website, General Yohana is the second next to the Most High. Second, wait, no. He's second to none. Or how did they fucking put it? Second only to Christ. That's the quote on their website. They might have took it down because I've been exposing them about it. They got a 501c3. And everybody love to point out the benefits. We was talking to Sinut about this last night on his show. Shout out to my brother Sop. I said, man, I know about all the benefits, brother. I play in churches. Every one of these churches got a 501c3. Oh, yes. But what about being an arm of the state? Don't our people understand? When you become an arm of the state, you can do all kind of good shit. They make sure you get to go into prisons and teach and fuck people head up. They make sure you get tax breaks $1 million. They make sure you don't go hungry because you can go right to the pantry and just load up. That's why General Yohana and them are so fat, because they get free food. Because they're a non-for-profit organization. And they give away 1/3 of it and the rest they eat it. Believe that shit. But when you look up the definition of what a 501c3 is and its actual statutes, it relegates you to the understanding that it is only creating you as an arm of the state. Why? Because there's stipulations in the agreement that you can't break. And if you do, you will not be tax status break. They won't give you the break no more. So you got to stop. You got to stop teaching against homosexuals. Y'all, when was the last time the ISUPK all over the country was preaching against homosexuality? I know Tazariot starts doing in-house lectures, and that's why he's doing lectures, because you can't do that shit on the corner with a 501c3. See, people are so stupid and green, they don't understand, but I understand. That's why Zariat goes in a building and teaches against homosexuality, because he can't anymore as under the ISUPK banner. Why? Because homosexual marriage is legal in this country, and you can't do that as relates to your tax status exempt 501c3. Neither can you deny homosexuals marriage. If you do, they will take back your exempt status. Believe that. I was telling Sanetta that the other night. And family, people don't understand. My brother Sanetta is very intelligent, but I've been dealing with the business world and the church for a long time. And I'm telling you, have a 501c3 and let 2 homosexuals come up in your organization. They tell you, we're going to go to counseling. If y'all say we shouldn't be married, we're going to go through the counseling. But at the end of the counseling, if we decide we still want to be married, Nigga, you better marry us, or we gonna get your license taken. You gonna get your tax exempt status fucked up. You gonna get kicked out the building. You probably lose some money and the rest. Believe that. Joyce Meyer will tell you, yeah, you got to marry homosexuals if you got a 501c3, because I got one. Joel Osteen will tell you, look at how Joel Osteen won't even speak against sin no more. This honky, excuse me, won't even speak against sin. And then watch this. Here's another thing that y'all don't understand about so-called alleged black nationalist groups, because that's what the ISUPK started out as, a black nationalist group. Raekwon crazy ass probably would throw up if he knew these niggas got a 501c3 today. Because when you get a 501c3, it says religious. Religion. Is the ISUPK a religion? They tell you they ain't religious. What is it a religion? Your tax-free, tax-exempt status says that non-for-profit and religious. Religious. What's the difference between these niggas and the Catholic Church? The RBG Hebrews don't teach religion. We teach spirit and knowledge and self-identification. We teach black empowerment. But these niggas are a religion now. Tell me you ain't cap. That's what your banner says, because it don't say powered by the Most High anymore. Your banner says powered by the honky. Yes, it do. Oh, yes, it do.
You got stuff in your thing.
Powered by the white man, the same government that the Most High said for you to bring your ass out here and cry loud against. But now, since you can't, so you got to go indoors and charge a cover fee to cry loud inside a goddamn auditorium against homosexuality. But why you ain't doing it on the corner no more, baby? I challenge y'all, go find me the last sermon where Tazariak and them used to do like they did in 1998. They used to call them faggots right on the goddamn corner. But now, everything is PC, not protective custody, politically correct. Don't call them a fag in the open. In fact, General Yohana, start teaching the men that sodomy is all right. See how that shit work? He's set up, he's teaching it. That if your wife love it, the marriage bed is undefiled. Never mind you got shit all on the sheets. Never mind you got shit on your dick. I mean, some of you niggas got shit on your nose and in your mouth, eating booty. General Yohana said, the marriage bed is undefiled. What if you got fags in your marriage bed? What if your lady, you freaky enough to let another man bang your lady in the bed, like some of these motherfuckers? Huh? Sit up and watch another man fuck your wife in your own bed. Tell me I ain't walking in the real world. The marriage bed is undefiled? Is you fucking stupid? That ain't what the Bible meant. That can't be what it meant in Greek. Or maybe it can, because the Greeks were some freaky motherfuckers. Oh yeah. But I'm saying, how can you teach that with no wisdom and knowledge and understanding of how to teach young men that don't mean you should go jumping in dookie shoot and get human papillomavirus? See how fucked up and twisted these niggas are? And that's a clear sign that they've gone off and the Holy Spirit has gone off away from them too. Yeah. 501c3, no cowards. You dig what I'm saying? Apostle. These niggas, man, slipped over, brother. Not only do they have the white man over here, the government, as their master, and they're a religion now. Don't y'all forget that. They're a religion now. A religious, non-for-profit nigger group. Because they got the 501c3 and you are an arm of the state. Type it in. Arm of the state. 501c3. You'll see so many goddamn articles on it. Even Christians crying out against Christians. Saying, how can you mix? Because Christ said, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. And render unto the Most High what is the Most High's. He wasn't just talking about your money. He's talking about your motherfucking soul. You niggas that claim you belong to God. But your banner says U.S. government. In God we trust. But what God? That green God? That tax God? That coon God? And so now, not only do they have one master over here, and the Bible says a man can't have two. You can't love God and still have a 501c3. Because God would have you prophesy against the homosexual spirit in this country loud from the podiums of the country and from the corners, which you don't do no more. You charge $19 to go inside a building to teach it because you don't want to lose your status. But watch this. When you do that, you become uncredible, even disqualified by the Bible standards. Moses said, don't sit another goddamn nation over you to rule over you. And especially don't be loaning you money and all of that. But as an organization and as a nation, an island to themselves, whom has the dictating power. Now that you got your 501c3, who has the dictating power? Huh? Donald fucking Trump and the United States Treasury. That's the God of the ISUPK. In God we trust. They are an arm of the state. And when you become an arm of the state, that includes a lot of other shit. I think it's in the bed over here. So here you go. Right here. I got it hiding from me. Here you go. Hey, the remote's right here, player. But once you get that man's stamp of approval, the Bible says you can't have two masters. Because either you will love one and hate the other, or be a goddamn hypocrite and a liar to both. How can God be whom you submit to and whom you belong to when your tax status dictates what you say and where you say it? Cry loud, spare not. Lift up your voice like a trumpet, like y'all used to do. Like you used to do. But I'm telling y'all, find an ISUPK camp anywhere in the country openly saying the word faggot like they used to say in the 90s. Find me one video and I'll erase my whole fucking channel. I said when you got a 501c3, you cannot teach against a established law in the country that gave you that. It is law that even the homosexuals can get a tax break too. And look at how nasty it get when you get in the bed economically with your oppressor. That not only are you an arm of the state, but he gives the sodomite the same tax status and breaks that you get. Oh, shit. You feel me, think? Abazo, you feel me? Yes. You see, when the Bible was talking about the mark of the beast, These niggas thinking it's some type of fucking chip and all this foolishness. What is that dollar, that tender, that note you got? That is a marker, and some more shit. And especially when you turn your life over to what that marker and that note actually really produces, tax. Tax. Tell me, how is it now that you're a man of the Lord? When Christ drove out the money changers. When Christ beat them out of his temple and he said, my Father's house shall be and is a house of prayer. But you, Tazariak and Johanna and General Clit and all the rest of the, oh, you got clothes on? Oh. Tazariak and General Clit and all these other Negroes. My house shall be a house of prayer. Well, you have made it into what? A den of tax breaks. A den of tax breaks. Yeah, you made my heart beat fast. I thought you had your shirt off or some shit. Niggas see titties on here. They'll have you on YouTube in a minute. And jacking off to you and all of that. Ain't it right, Pop? Fucking freak.
Yeah. Good.
Hold on, y'all. Let me get my
Put deodorant
battery.
on.
But yeah,
Deodorant on.
the truth about that is that, what I'm just saying.
Put deodorant on before you put on your shirt.
Taz, y'all are arm of the state, G.
I gotta do my feet.
And that don't change outside the country. You can't go to Israel and lay up with
Look at
the
you guys' bathroom. Somebody must have took
the
you.
synagogue of Satan and think you're hiding. Because in the
Go look in
rules,
your bathroom.
and you know, your 501c3 fine print, it says that all of those things that you have to submit to get that 501c3 still is on your back when you go abroad. So you got one master that is not God, and now you got another master that master gave you a tax break on a group rate of plane tickets to fly to Dimona, to go over there and chat and consider being a black Jew. Because didn't you know that you can't be a Hebrew Israelite in Israel? You can't be shit in Israel connected to what is established over there unless you join their motherfucking military.
Often you get to take a shower too.
Yeah, Tazariak know about the military. And he don't give a fuck about himself. He'll join over there just like he did here.
I'm gonna do clothes later.
Oops. Yeah, James White is proud of this motherfucker. I remember that day when I was talking to James White and Vocab Malone. This motherfucker here was just trying to rush me off the phone. Well, listen, Michael, we can't let you take over the show. And scared as a motherfucker. Vocab Malone said, oh yeah, we know him. We ran them clowns away from persecuting Israelites. Ran them the fuck on. James White, the devil almost killed James White after that. I got a video where James White talking about he almost ran into a car on his motorcycle coming down a mountain. I was laughing my motherfucking head off at Basil. You know why I was laughing, bro? Because God hate James White. Oh yeah, he do. God hate anybody that would rather get in the middle of God's resurrection than sit your ass on the sideline, because we don't even seek to preach to white folk what the RBG Hebrews don't. GMS and ISUPK does. Sorry. But you know, we ain't coming on James White job slapping dicks out his mouth. Neither are we coming out to Poppy's job slapping lettuce and shit out his mouth when he tossing salads. We don't do that to the white man. We stay doing what Christ said. I was sent but or except to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And the point ain't to just go to him and tell him you Israel. The point is to go to him and declare the whole counsel of God, family. And these niggas won't do it. They won't do it. They still saying white people can't have salvation. When the Bible says you Israelite Negroes were so fucking wicked that you killed your Messiah. And therefore, that blood can't be wasted and, made of non-effect. So what you do with a good Thanksgiving dinner and niggas throwing the food away? You go find a homeless motherfucker. You'll give it to a dog. You just want it consumed and used. And that's exactly why Paul talked about ingrafting. I'm not going to get into that teaching because that's a doozy. But I'm telling you, how in the fuck would God be righteous? Excuse me, my language, and Lord forgive me if I'm wrong for saying it this way, but how in the hell can our God be righteous when the Israelites are teaching sodomy? Teaching that Christ was an alcoholic because they don't know what Aramaic idioms are. And y'all doing all that and the white man can't get salvation? What if he ain't doing all the fuck shit they doing? Fucking each other's wives and shit. Oh yeah, they doing it. Oh yes, they doing it. And a lot of these niggas going to jail for pedophilia and ain't nobody talking about it. I was gonna get on here and drop a couple motherfucking names of some that went out recently, but they're too young and I refuse to ruin them and they're already paying their debt to society. But let me find out one of these old niggas like General Yohana get caught with his finger up somebody's daughter booty. I'm drag your bitch ass all to Mars and back. But yeah, y'all, I'm running my mouth and the lady's right here. I know she want me to shut up so she can watch what the fuck is this you watch?
I'm trying to find something to watch. I gotta get ready to pick up my mom at 4:30 anyway.
Y'all. See, you hear that? Most niggas get to jacking off when they wife leave. Like Poppy in Israel. LaRon told us Israel Doctrine. Say Israel Doctrine got a goddamn bottle of mane and tail lotion. Mane and tail, a bottle this big. Sitting right by the computer, LaRon said when he came in. LaRon said it spelled like sperm and dirty drawers in Izzy house. That's what he said. I ain't say that.
Sperm has a smell?
Yeah, sperm got a smell, especially
Yes,
once
it
you done
do.
shot it off and the fuck around there. You know what? You know how I know sperm got a smell? Cause remember them Nike swoosh pants, y'all? Y'all remember that? You remember that? Them motherfucking pants you can't play good 6 or 7 games of basketball in and wear them to school or to church or somewhere around people. Cause you get the sweating and that nut smell will come up, right?
That's just sweat. That's not sperm.
But watch this. I used to, and all these cats too, they have sex, and get a little on your motherfucking pants. And you fuck around there and go home and be sitting there before you get in the shower and you be like, something smell like washing powder. Something smell a little bit like Tide. Look at those Stan Daily say just nasty. I bet you every man under 21 could tell you what sperm smell like. Cause these niggas walk around with it on their clothes, on their underwear, on their hands. Some niggas like Poppy shoot they sperm in their mouth. Poppy and Gab. Only two entities with a penis I ever seen that would be prone to autofellatio. Let me stop. Y'all know what autofellatio is out there? Autofellatio. You mean when you giving yourself a bazooka, ladies and gentlemen? You flip over on your back and make your feet touch over your head and put your dick in your mouth. When I first learned what that word is, this is how I was looking. What the? Nigga put his own dick in his mouth? Now that's nasty, overstand. This is our world, family. This is our world. Now I'm gonna say this in closing, y'all. Y'all go over there and tell Poppy, nigga, don't you fucking commit suicide. That nigga looking like he ran out of fucking energy, patience, and fight. That nigga was on the camera like this the other day. Yeah, y'all, and I just don't. I told you that was gonna happen, clown. You fucking around here doing all the wicked shit you doing. I told you. We was gonna stand back. Me and Sarnetta, I'm gonna be tapping Sarnetta in the bleachers. Yo, Sarnetta, look how they tearing this nigga's goddamn leg off. The dogs of hell. Shermhead Kelvin made up a whole goddamn narrative about somebody that ain't even related to Poppy and then tied them in. Well, they is related. And let me say this. That woman, thyroid gland, she come again chasing me down today. Y'all know who thyroid gland is. I'm watching this other lady's video, her daughter, her and Diamond, shout out to them. I'm watching them talk about their life and stuff, and I'm saying, this is interesting, man. You know, this lady and her daughter, they talk about some real shit. I'm over there, and I made a comment because the lady said her and pineal gland are related. They're kin. I told the lady, thanks for confirmation. I knew you were related to pineal gland. I ain't gonna say how I knew, but I know. And now this woman here come back, thyroid gland. She come in the motherfucking chat. I'm not really related to her. That I could hear her talking. I'm not really related to her. Oh, no, I ain't gonna say that because that'll be fucked up. I ain't gonna say that one thing. You should see what this brother put in this chat. I ain't gonna say that one. But thyroid gland come right, immediately. As soon as I made my comment on somebody else, I'm talking to that woman and her daughter. She come, jump all in the shit like the other day. Talking about she challenged me and daring me and shit. I told Poppy, I said, you better get this motherfucker, man. You better come get thyroid gland. Now, I don't want nobody to be running around here doing me like we did Israel, calling women bitches over and over and over and over. I let it slip sometime. I called a woman a bitch in my chat the other day. I called about 17 bitches because she was ridiculous and I was trying to make her get out. But Poppy still ain't responding. I told the nigga, get this woman, get her on. Because if I say the wrong fucked up shit to her and she come to you crying and shit, then me and you gonna definitely have to either touch gloves or touch metal or what the fuck ever. Get your fucking woman on from over by me, man. Tell her to stop talking to me. I'm your enemy. I am your motherfucking mortal enemy. Tell her to shush. Even if I'm on somebody else's channel. So anyway, I'm telling that lady, thank you for the confirmation. The sister didn't respond. Thyroid gland comes. Talking all this shit and everything. Calling me a liar, calling me a 2-year-old and shit. I'm telling her sister, you trying to tell me not to believe my lying eyes and my lying ears when I just fucking heard the woman say, you and her are related. Fuck is wrong with y'all? And this is why nobody can believe a fucking word none of you motherfuckers say. You, Pop, and them too. Cause they exactly overstand. They fuck around, they be getting drunk and high and all fucked up off Sherm and Primos and shit and smoking rock. Then come hit the record camera. I mean the whole record button. I told y'all the other day, look, this our Poppy drink. He do Grey Goose bottles like that. Implode the motherfuckers. And then hit the record button and start talking. Fucked up, tore up, and then say all the foulest shit they could say. And then the next day, oh man, can you forgive me? Or I was just drunk. No, motherfucker, after the 17th time you say you want to fuck somebody kid. Not the 17th. I think he actually said it 3 times and 2 partial times. That's 5 fucking times. See, Rodney Churchill even said, that woman said, aunt. See that? Thank you, Rodney. Thank you, brother. Diamond said in the video, pineal was her aunt. And if Diamond is pineal gland's aunt, then Diamond's mother is related to pineal gland. Amen? Fuck is you out here lying to us, pineal or thyroid gland for? What do you get out of doing that? What the fuck did you get out of doing that? See, you just fucking ridiculous, man. You and Poppy just like that. And I'm saying to the lady, I'm telling her, you need to please shh, quiet. Because you and Poppy know you could disown a motherfucker in a minute. Poppy disowned his gay son. And this woman here disowns a woman that actually is a good person. Never mind that the sister may not be, visually palatable to some people. She's not an ugly person because she don't have an ugly spirit. I talked about it a little bit the other day, but that don't mean she's ugly. That just means she looked a little like Flavor Flav. She's not ugly. And she's not ugly inside because she's helping people on her channel, speaking about them fucked up issues, helping y'all get some straightening. And I told Thyroid Gland, I said, lady, please hush before you ruin your relationship with her over here being a prideful nut. I wasn't even fucking talking to you, Thyroid. And this is why people get all in y'all business and drag y'all down the YouTube streets, as y'all call it. And y'all thinking this shit is real. But real life is my bones. You heard that? I'm a real fucking person. You can't come on this motherfucker and threaten me and not think that you may one day see me. And you're going to have to keep that same motherfucking vigor up when you see me. Bet that. Pop. So I'm saying, why in the fuck are y'all so untrustworthy? All of y'all, and you got the same substance abuse problems. Crack and alcohol. And then Poppy talking about Kelva drunk. And ain't this a bitch? I'm going to shut up. I'm going to cut this off. A nigga that's addicted, look, shut me up. Look. You ever seen a nigga drink a Grey Goose bottle like this? Drink a Grey Goose like a quart of water. He's calling, and mind you, Kev Gills is a dope head. He smokes Sherm and drink lean and fall asleep on the camera. But one alcoholic calling a fucking clucker a name. What they call that? Pot calling the kettle black, ain't it? Fucking hypocrisy. Poppy said over there, called Kev 1,000 drunks and 1,000 dope heads. But alcohol and alcoholism is a fucking disease. Bet that. I know because my father died from that disease. Bet that. And Poppy, you gonna die from that disease. Keep on drinking and keep on being a devilish nigga where God hate you. I mean, bro, you won't even. I told you last night on the phone. I called Papa, y'all, 3 times. Sonetta called him a few times. Nigga won't pick up the phone, but he'll get on the internet and threaten Sonetta's motherfucking whole generation. He'd get on the internet and talk greasy than a motherfucker about me. And me and this brother tried to help this fucking bisexual. Tried to hold him up and teach him and shit how to move around with this shit, this public speaking. So I teach him how to have some fucking morality and integrity a little bit. Nigga won't pick up the phone. He dodging us like bill collectors, Abazu. Cause he know we want to talk about some real shit. I want to ask you personally, what in the fuck is wrong with you letting your wife speak to me, constantly disrespecting me? But if I was to drag her ass in the media or physically, if that was to happen and she approached me in person, when she want to fight and challenge me, what am I supposed to do? Let your wife stab me? In real life or on the media? And I'm telling this whole ass nigga, man, get your wife, brother, because that can turn out dangerous. I don't want to say nothing fucked up to your wife to scar her and she come crying to you. And then you feel like you got to catch a plane ticket and get sent to the center of the earth. Why would you let that kind of atmosphere just fester? These niggas are fools. Niggas is fools, man. If somebody tell me this woman here done went and punched a nigga in the mouth for no reason, she just stole off on a nigga because nigga cut her in line, I'm gonna ask her, what's wrong with you? Because don't you know I gotta defend you now? And I gotta be wrong defending you. Why these motherfuckers don't understand that? Keep your fucking woman away from me, dummy. Rodney said crackheads have strength. He probably scared of her. Cluckers do have strength. And that's another thing. How you call your wife a crackhead, man? In front of us, dude. And the reason you disrespecting her is the reason why Kev dumbass thought that black woman was your wife. Because they sound the same. They got the same cracky, froggish voice. When they smoking on quarters and 8 balls and shit. Chain smoking rocks. Let me stop that shit, man. Keep your fucking woman away from me, Poppy. Getting sick of that shit, man. I'm gonna let loose and say some fucked up shit. And I'm gonna make you want to put your motherfucking hands on my shirt and grab my collar. And when the fuck you do, you gonna say, God damn, y'all don't never grab a lion by the tail. Don't fucking do it. That's gonna be what you teach people. Wake up, man, and grow the fuck up, dude. You and your motherfucking nut ass. Let me shut up, man. Stay the fuck away from me. Stop talking to me, woman. Yeah, he's stupid. And shameful. But man, let me get off, because I go on and on and on, y'all. It's 54 minutes and I feel like I've been talking for 5 minutes. Damn. My name, Baby Longwind. That's my second name. RBG Hebrew Baby Longwind. Dr. RBG Hebrew War Machine. Damn, Abazu. Woo! Brother. Ooh. Abazu, that's a fucking killer idea, brother. Because you know what? 98% of them brothers that have been disbanded with that group and they don't fuck with each other no more and shit, they're all RBG Hebrews. Thousands and thousands and thousands, all in Africa, we built networks with. Brother, that's a good idea. Start the RBG Hebrew War Machine. Holy shit, man. Shout out to Divine Prospect. Bazoo, man, listen, I want you to email me so I can get you my phone number, the one you had before I changed it. Email me at b b b l k. I'm gonna say this title: BLK PWR 187365 at gmail.com. I'm gonna shoot you my phone number, man, so we can chat. Brother, you got some great goddamn ideas. Shit. Yeah. Make sure you get the email and contact me, Abazu. Please, brother, contact me, man. I don't know why I didn't give you my number. I write on, brother. I don't know why I didn't give you the number when I changed my number and shit. I was tripping. Oh man, but anyway, family, Abazu, you done got my head all spinning. My thoughts is jumping like frogs in a pond, man. Wow. Stay tuned, family. We're gonna see about that, Abazu. Peace, y'all. Some shirts. I got this. I got a good amount of shipment, and I gotta send 3 of them out. I think by Wednesday, and other people ordering. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. I thought I had 2X. No 2X available this time around. That's large and 1X. Bashir, you can't get one. Oh yeah, you can. You done lost all that weight with your lap band surgery. Oh man, them shoes, Basil, that you were talking about last night. These are some great ideas, Basil. I was thinking hats. If the Most High allow this thing to go take off real good, brother, I'm telling you, man. Listen, let me go. Hit the email, Basil, and y'all, peace and power, black power. I love y'all. Black and gold. Mm.